Select the gear that uses the least amount of chain. The fastest at the back, the slowest at the front. Open the brake. Rotate the handle on the quick release skewer through 180 degrees from the closed position to the open position. Stand behind the bike with your head on its center line. Grab the left side of the bike with your left hand. Place your right thumb on the end of the quick release nut on the right side. Use your right fingers to pull the derailleur body back towards you so it rotates out from under the wheel. Unhook the chain with your right hand to lift the bike with your left. You need a key to fit the lock ring to turn it anti-clockwise, and a chain whip to hold the cogs and stop them from turning on the freewheel. Undo the quick release skewer nut. Slide the key into the lock ring. Replace the quick release nut to hold the tool in place, the open position. Stand behind the bike with your head on its center line. Grab the left side of the bike with your... Grab a cog with a chain whip to resist anti-clockwise rotation. Use your right finger with an adjustable spanner, turn the key anti-clockwise to loosen the lock ring. Unhook the chain with your right hand to lift the bike with your left. Unscrew the quick release nut and unscrew the lock ring to free the cassette. Remove the lock ring. Slide the cassette off the Freehub. Take the wheel off the bike. Hold the cone on the left side still with the cone spanner and loosen the lock nut. Unscrew and take off the lock nut, washer and cone. Catch the balls if they fall out. Count them. Separate the axle from the other side of the hub and shake or pick out the remaining balls. Clean all the loose parts and the cups inside the hub. The cup on the drive side is part of the Freehub body, but you can treat it like the cup in a hub shell. Check the surfaces on the cones and inside the Freehub body shell where the balls run for roughness or uneven wear. Worn cones can be replaced, but if a hub is worn, it may need to be scrapped. If you need to replace the cones or the Freehub body, measure the position of the ones still on the axle and make sure they go back in the same place, so the axle is centered in the hub. The drive side may have more spacers between the lock ring and cone. If you're replacing the cones, you may need different size spacers if the new cones are shorter or longer than the old ones. It may be easier to replace the whole axle if you can't find cones that match the thread on the old axle. Pack the races in the hub with new grease and press the same number of new balls, of exactly the same size, into the grease. Changing the balls prolongs the life of the other parts of the Freehub body. If you're not sure how many balls came out, or if you suspect that the hub was packed with the wrong number of balls, fill a race with balls and then take one out. The balls need room to roll around. Check the lock nut and cone assembly on the right side of the axle are locked tight. They won't be accessible when they're inside the hub. Feed the axle into the hub, taking care not to disturb the balls. Assemble the other side and adjust the hub. Look at the pattern of the splines on the Freehub. One is narrower than all the rest. Look at the matching pattern on the back of the largest cog. Line up the patterns and slide the cassette onto the hub. Screw the threads on the outside of the lock ring clockwise into the Freehub body. Screw the quick release nut onto the skewer to secure the tool. When tightening the lock ring, you don't need a chain whip. Going this way, the Freehub mechanism works on your side. Hold the wheel still and screw the lock ring in. Use an adjustable spanner to lock it tight. Unscrew the nut, remove the tool. Replace the conical spring and replace the nut. Put the chain onto the fastest sprocket and watch the axle into the slots on each side where it fits. The weight of the bike will help you get the wheel in exactly the right place. With your head on the bike's centre line, check the wheel is centred in the frame. Rotate the handle through 180 degrees from the open position to the closed position. Close the brakes and check they're working well. Lift the rear wheel off the ground and kick the pedals to start it turning. The rear wheel should spin while the cranks stop turning. If the rear wheel pushes the cranks around, there may be a problem with the bike freewheel. The bike freewheel should make a regular metallic clicking sound when the wheel runs and the pedals are still. Changes in the sound of a bike freewheel may be a sign that it's wearing out.